Question 1. What year did King Charles III ascend to the throne? A. 2020, B. 2021, C. 2022, D. 2023. Answer: C. 2022. King Charles III ascended to the throne on 8 September 2022 upon the death of his mother, Queen Elizabeth II. Question 2. Name the document that established the principle of habeas corpus in the UK. A. The Magna Carta, B. The Bill of Rights, C. The Habeas Corpus Act, D. The Charter of Liberties. Answer: C. The Habeas Corpus Act. The Habeas Corpus Act, passed in 1679, established the principle of habeas corpus in the UK, protecting individuals from being detained without trial. Question 3. Detail the significance of the Battle of Hastings and its impact on British history. A. It confirmed Viking rule in England. B. It marked the beginning of Norman rule. C. It ended Roman influence in Britain. D. It was a key victory for English forces during the 100 Years' War. Answer: B. It marked the beginning of Norman rule. The Battle of Hastings in 1066 was significant because it led to the Norman conquest of England, marking the beginning of Norman rule. Question 4. Who was the first female Prime Minister of the UK? A. Theresa May, B. Margaret Thatcher, C. Elizabeth II, D. Indira Gandhi. Answer: B. Margaret Thatcher. Margaret Thatcher was the first female Prime Minister of the UK, serving from 1979 to 1990. Question 5. Explain the purpose and formation of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. A. To unite England and Scotland politically. B. To establish a single market for goods and services. C. To provide mutual defence against invasions. D. To unify England, Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland under one government. Answer: D. To unify England, Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland under one government. The United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland was formed to unify these four countries under one government. Question 6. Describe the contributions of Sir Winston Churchill to the UK during the 20th century. A. Leading the UK through the Great Depression. B. Founding the National Health Service. C. Leading the UK to victory in World War II. D. Decolonizing the British Empire. Answer: C. Leading the UK to victory in World War II. Sir Winston Churchill is best known for his leadership of the UK during World War II. Question 7. What are the main responsibilities of the Prime Minister of the UK? A. Leading the Church of England. B. Heading the UK's judiciary system. C. Leading the UK government and executing policies. D. Representing the UK in the European Union. Answer: C. Leading the UK government and executing policies. The main responsibilities of the Prime Minister include leading the UK government and executing policies. Question 8. Outline the process of devolution in the UK and its significance. A. Transferring power from local councils to the UK Parliament. B. Centralising military control under the UK government. C. Transferring certain powers from the UK Parliament to regional bodies. D. Merging the governments of Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland. Answer: C. Transferring certain powers from the UK Parliament to regional bodies. Devolution in the UK involves transferring certain legislative powers from the UK Parliament to regional bodies in Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland. Question 9. Who is Rishi Sunak, and what is his role in UK politics as of 2022? A. Mayor of London. B. Leader of the Labour Party. C. Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. D. Speaker of the House of Commons. Answer. C. Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. Rishi Sunak is a British politician who has served as Prime Minister of the United Kingdom and leader of the Conservative Party since 2022. Question 10. Discuss the historical context and consequences of the Act of Union 1707. A. It established the Church of England as the state church. B. It marked the beginning of the British Empire's expansion. C. It unified England and Scotland into a single sovereign state. D. It created the Commonwealth of Nations. Answer. C. It unified England and Scotland into a single sovereign state. The Act of Union 1707 was significant because it unified England and Scotland into the Kingdom of Great Britain. Question 11. What is the Magna Carta and why is it significant in British history? A. A document that ended the English Civil War. B. A treaty between England and Scotland. C. A Charter of Liberties granted by King John of England. D. The Constitution of the United Kingdom. Answer. C. A Charter of Liberties granted by King John of England. The Magna Carta, signed in 1215, is significant because it limited the powers of the monarch for the first time and laid the foundation for modern democracy. Question 12. Detail the origins and impact of the Industrial Revolution in the UK. A. It began in the 16th century and established the UK as a global trading power. B. It started in the 18th century and transformed the UK into the world's leading industrial power. C. It originated in the 19th century and led to the establishment of the British Empire. D. It commenced in the 17th century and was primarily focused on agricultural advancements. Answer. B. It started in the 18th century and transformed the UK into the world's leading industrial power. The Industrial Revolution began in the late 18th century and had a profound impact on the UK's society, economy, and position in the world. Question 13. Describe the British Empire's role in global history and its legacy. A. It primarily focused on cultural exchange and education. B. It led to the spread of democracy and human rights. C. It was the largest empire in history and impacted many parts of the world. D. It established the United Nations. Answer. C. It was the largest empire in history and impacted many parts of the world. The British Empire played a significant role in global history, with its legacy affecting political boundaries, languages, and cultures around the world. Question 14. What are the key principles of the British Constitution? A. The supremacy of the monarchy. B. The rights of the nobility. C. Parliamentary sovereignty and the rule of law. D. The primacy of the Church of England. Answer. C. Parliamentary sovereignty and the rule of law. The key principles of the British Constitution include parliamentary sovereignty and the rule of law, among others. Question 15. Explain the significance of the English Civil War and its outcome. A. It resulted in the establishment of a parliamentary monarchy. B. It led to the independence of Scotland. C. It brought about the end of the British Empire. D. It initiated the Industrial Revolution. Answer. A. It resulted in the establishment of a parliamentary monarchy. The English Civil War was significant because it ended with the execution of Charles I, the temporary establishment of a commonwealth, and ultimately the establishment of a constitutional monarchy. Question 16. What role does the Church of England play in UK society and government? A. It serves as the only legal religious institution. B. It provides all educational services in the UK. C. It acts as the state church with the monarch as its supreme governor. D. It controls the UK's legislative process. Answer. C. It acts as the state church with the monarch as its supreme governor. The Church of England plays a significant role in UK society and government, with the monarch serving as its supreme governor. Question 17. Outline the UK's legislative process, including the roles of the House of Commons and the House of Lords. A. Bills are proposed by the Queen and passed by public referendum. B. Laws are enacted directly by the Prime Minister. C. Bills must be approved by both the House of Commons and the House of Lords before receiving royal assent. D. The House of Lords proposes legislation, and the House of Commons has the sole authority to pass it. Answer. C. Bills must be approved by both the House of Commons and the House of Lords before receiving royal assent. The UK's legislative process involves both Houses of Parliament and concludes with royal assent. Question 18. Discuss the significance of the Good Friday Agreement in Northern Ireland. A. It marked the beginning of the Troubles. B. It was a trade agreement between the UK and Ireland. C. It established Northern Ireland as an independent country. D. It was a major political development that helped to bring an end to the Troubles. Answer. D. It was a major political development that helped to bring an end to the Troubles. The Good Friday Agreement, signed in 1998, was significant for its role in ending most of the violence of the Troubles in Northern Ireland. Question 19. What historical figure is known as the father of the English Navy? A. Sir Francis Drake. B. Henry VIII. C. Admiral Nelson. D. Winston Churchill. Answer. B. Henry VIII. Henry VIII is known as the father of the English Navy for his efforts in building up the Navy's strength. Question 20. Detail the contributions of the suffragette movement to UK society. A. They established the National Health Service. B. They led to the UK's decision to leave the European Union. C. They played a key role in obtaining voting rights for women. D. They contributed to the abolition of the slave trade. Answer. C. They played a key role in obtaining voting rights for women. The suffragette movement was instrumental in the campaign for women's suffrage in the UK. Question 21. How does the UK's electoral system work, and what are its main features? A. Proportional representation system. B. First past the post system. C. Single transferable vote system. D. Absolute majority system. Answer. B. First past the post system. The UK's electoral system primarily uses the first past the post system, where the candidate with the most votes in a constituency wins. Question 22. What landmark event in 1215 limited the powers of the monarch for the first time? A. The signing of the Magna Carta. B. The establishment of the Parliament of England. C. The Glorious Revolution. D. The Bill of Rights enactment. Answer. A. The signing of the Magna Carta. The Magna Carta signed in 1215, was a landmark event that limited the powers of the monarch for the first time, establishing the principle that everybody, including the king, was subject to the law. Question 23. Who was the reigning monarch during the Victorian era, and what is this period known for? A. Queen Victoria. B. Queen Elizabeth I. C. King George III. D. King Edward VII. Answer. A. Queen Victoria. The Victorian era, named after Queen Victoria, is known for its industrial, cultural, political, scientific, and military changes within the United Kingdom, alongside the expansion of the British Empire. Question 24. Explain the significance of the Battle of Britain in World War II. A. It was the first major military campaign fought entirely by air forces. B. It marked the end of World War II. C. It resulted in the liberation of France. D. It was the largest naval battle in history. Answer. A. It was the first major military campaign fought entirely by air forces. The Battle of Britain in 1940 was significant as the first major military campaign fought entirely by air forces, marking a turning point in World War II as it thwarted Hitler's plans to invade Britain. Question 25. What is the Commonwealth and what role does the UK play within it? A. A trade bloc consisting of European countries. B. An organisation of countries that were formerly British colonies. C. A military alliance led by the UK. D. An economic partnership between the UK and the United States. Answer. B. An organisation of countries that were formerly British colonies. The Commonwealth is an organisation of 54 member countries, most of which were formerly territories of the British Empire, with the UK playing a foundational and leading role. Question 26. Discuss the changes in the UK's relationship with the European Union leading up to 2022. A. The UK became a founding member of the EU. B. The UK voted to remain in the EU in a 2016 referendum. C. The UK voted to leave the EU in a 2016 referendum and officially left in 2020. D. The UK adopted the euro as its currency. Answer. C. The UK voted to leave the EU in a 2016 referendum and officially left in 2020. This change marked a significant shift in the UK's relationship with the European Union, culminating in Brexit. Question 27. Detail the significance of the Elizabethan era in English history. A. It marked the beginning of the British Empire. B. It was known for its advancements in technology. C. It was characterized by the flourishing of English drama and the successful defense against the Spanish Armada. D. It saw the introduction of the parliamentary system. Answer. C. It was characterized by the flourishing of English drama and the successful defense against the Spanish Armada. The Elizabethan era is significant for the cultural renaissance in England, notably in literature with figures like Shakespeare, and for military achievements such as the defeat of the Spanish Armada in 1588. Question 28. Who was responsible for the establishment of the Church of England? A. Queen Elizabeth I. B. King Henry VIII. C. King James I. D. Queen Victoria. Answer. B. King Henry VIII. King Henry VIII was responsible for the establishment of the Church of England, breaking away from the Roman Catholic Church in the 16th century due to personal and political reasons. Question 29. What are the legal systems in the UK and how do they differ? A. Only English law applied uniformly across the UK. B. English law and French law, differing by region. C. English law, Scots law, and Northern Ireland law, each specific to parts of the UK. D. European law, which overrides national laws in the UK. Answer: C. English law, Scots law, and Northern Ireland law, each specific to parts of the UK. The UK has three distinct legal systems: English law for England and Wales, Scots law, and Northern Ireland law, reflecting the UK's history of legal development. Question 30. Describe the process and criteria for becoming a British citizen as of 2024. A. Being born in the UK. B. Marrying a British citizen. C. Passing the Life in the UK test and meeting residency requirements. D. Purchasing property in the UK. Answer: C. Passing the Life in the UK test and meeting residency requirements. Becoming a British citizen involves passing the Life in the UK test, meeting certain residency requirements, and demonstrating knowledge of the English language, among other criteria. Question 31. What are the fundamental principles of British life according to the official handbook? A. Democracy, the rule of law, individual liberty, tolerance of those with different faiths and beliefs, and participation in community life. B. Monarchy, aristocracy, the preservation of historical sites, and English as the official language. C. Economic freedom, free trade, the right to own property, and the importance of education. D. Military service, loyalty to the Crown, and the importance of the Commonwealth. Answer: A. Democracy, the rule of law, individual liberty, tolerance of those with different faiths and beliefs, and participation in community life. These principles are highlighted as fundamental to British life, promoting a cohesive and inclusive society. Question 32. Outline the historical significance of the Great Reform Act of 1832. A. It abolished the monarchy and established a republic. B. It expanded the right to vote and made the electoral system more representative. C. It separated the Church of England from the state. D. It granted independence to the colonies. Answer: B. It expanded the right to vote and made the electoral system more representative. The Great Reform Act of 1832 is historically significant for reforming the electoral system in Britain, making it more representative of the urban population and less influenced by the aristocracy. Question 33. Discuss the impact of the Scottish Enlightenment on British culture and philosophy. A. It led to the unification of Scotland and England. B. It introduced democratic ideals that led to the establishment of the parliamentary system. C. It fostered advances in science, philosophy, and economics, influencing European thought. D. It resulted in Scotland adopting the English legal system. Answer: C. It fostered advances in science, philosophy, and economics, influencing European thought. The Scottish Enlightenment was a period of intellectual and cultural growth in the 18th century, profoundly impacting British and European culture and philosophy. Question 34. What major global event did the UK participate in from 1939 to 1945? A. The Korean War. B. World War I. C. World War II. D. The Cold War. Answer: C. World War II. The UK was a major participant in World War II from 1939 to 1945, playing a significant role in the Allied victory against the Axis powers. Question 35. How has British literature contributed to world culture, mentioning key figures? A. by promoting the English language as a global lingua franca through writers like Dante and Cervantes. B. Through significant contributions to the science fiction genre by authors such as Jules Verne and H.G. Wells. C. By influencing global literature and thought with authors like William Shakespeare, Jane Austen, and Charles Dickens. D. Mainly through contributions to modernist literature by authors like James Joyce and Virginia Woolf. Answer: C. By influencing global literature and thought with authors like William Shakespeare, Jane Austen, and Charles Dickens. British literature has made significant contributions to world culture through the works of these and other key figures, shaping literary genres and the English language itself. Question 36. What event in 1066 led to the Norman conquest of England? A. The signing of the Magna Carta. B. The Battle of Hastings. C. The Black Death. D. The War of the Roses. Answer: B. The Battle of Hastings. The Battle of Hastings in 1066 was the decisive event that led to the Norman conquest of England, changing the course of English history. Question 37. Detail the significance of the Bill of Rights in 1689. A. It confirmed the transition to a constitutional monarchy. B. It declared English as the official language of the UK. C. It established the Church of England as the state religion. D. It marked the beginning of the British Empire. Answer: A. It confirmed the transition to a constitutional monarchy. The Bill of Rights in 1689 was significant for confirming the transition to a constitutional monarchy in England, limiting the powers of the monarch and setting out the rights of Parliament. Question 38. Who were the main combatants in the Wars of the Roses, and what was at stake? A. France and England, fighting over the English throne. B. The House of Lancaster and the House of York, fighting over the English throne. C. Scotland and England, fighting over territory. D. The Vikings and the Anglo-Saxons, fighting for control of England. Answer: B. The House of Lancaster and the House of York, fighting over the English throne. The Wars of the Roses were a series of civil wars fought between the House of Lancaster and the House of York, with control of the English throne as the main issue at stake. Question 39. Discuss the role and powers of the current monarch, King Charles III, in the UK government. A. He has absolute power over the government and its policies. B. He plays a ceremonial role with no real power over government decisions. C. He is the head of the executive branch and makes all major policy decisions. D. He directly governs the UK's overseas territories. Answer: B. He plays a ceremonial role with no real power over government decisions. The current monarch, King Charles III, plays primarily a ceremonial role within the UK government, with real political power being exercised by elected officials. Question 40. What are the duties and functions of the Prime Minister in the UK's political system? A. To serve as the head of the Church of England. B. To represent the UK in athletic competitions. C. To lead the UK government and oversee the implementation of its policies. D. To act as the monarch's personal advisor on all matters. Answer: C. To lead the UK government and oversee the implementation of its policies. The Prime Minister's duties and functions include leading the executive branch of the government, making policy decisions, and overseeing the implementation of those policies. Question 41. Explain the impact of the Black Death on medieval England. A. It led to the establishment of the Church of England. B. It significantly reduced the population, leading to social and economic changes. C. It initiated the War of the Roses. D. It resulted in the Magna Carta's signing. Answer: B. It significantly reduced the population, leading to social and economic changes. The Black Death had a profound impact on medieval England by drastically reducing the population, which led to major social and economic transformations. Question 42. What were the main causes and outcomes of the English Reformation? A. The desire to establish a national bank and improve economic conditions. B. King Henry VIII's wish to divorce, leading to the establishment of the Church of England. C. The invasion of England by Norman forces. D. Disputes over land with France. Answer: B. King Henry VIII's wish to divorce, leading to the establishment of the Church of England. The English Reformation was primarily caused by King Henry VIII's desire to annul his marriage, which the Pope refused, leading to the break from the Catholic Church and the establishment of the Church of England. Question 43. Detail the significance of the Battle of Waterloo and its impact on European history. A. It marked the beginning of the British Empire's global dominance. B. It resulted in the abolition of the feudal system in England. C. It was Napoleon Bonaparte's final defeat, ending his rule and the Napoleonic Wars. D. It led to the independence of the American colonies. Answer: C. It was Napoleon Bonaparte's final defeat, ending his rule and the Napoleonic Wars. The Battle of Waterloo in 1815 was significant as it marked Napoleon Bonaparte's final defeat, ending the Napoleonic Wars and reshaping the political landscape of Europe. Question 44. Who was Emmeline Pankhurst and what did she achieve? A. A British novelist who wrote about the plight of women in the Victorian era. B. The founder of the National Health Service. C. A leading figure in the British suffragette movement, advocating for women's voting rights. D. The first female Prime Minister of the UK. Answer: C. A leading figure in the British suffragette movement, advocating for women's voting rights. Emmeline Pankhurst was a key figure in the suffragette movement, known for her role in campaigning for women's suffrage in the UK. Question 45. What is the significance of the Gunpowder Plot in British history? A. It was a successful coup that changed the monarchy. B. It marked the end of the English Civil War. C. A failed assassination attempt against King James I and Parliament, leading to November 5th celebrations. D. The beginning of the Industrial Revolution. Answer: C. A failed assassination attempt against King James I and Parliament, leading to November 5th celebrations. The Gunpowder Plot of 1605 is significant for its attempt to blow up the Houses of Parliament and kill King James I, which failed, and is commemorated every year on November 5th as Guy Fawkes Night. Question 46. Discuss the role of Britain in the slave trade and its abolition. A. Britain had no significant role in the slave trade and focused on its abolition from the beginning. B. Britain was a major participant in the slave trade before becoming a leading force in its abolition in the 19th century. C. The slave trade exclusively operated within the British colonies, with no involvement from the British government. D. Britain was the last European country to abolish the slave trade. Answer: B. Britain was a major participant in the slave trade before becoming a leading force in its abolition in the 19th century. Britain played a significant role in the transatlantic slave trade before passing the Slave Trade Act in 1807, which made the trade illegal within the British Empire, and the Slavery Abolition Act in 1833. Question 47. What was the impact of the Enclosure Acts in Britain? A. They led to the creation of the National Health Service. B. They initiated the UK's industrialisation by consolidating small landholdings into larger farms. C. They resulted in the Magna Carta's creation. D. They established the British parliamentary system. Answer. B. They initiated the UK's industrialisation by consolidating small landholdings into larger farms. The Enclosure Acts, passed from the 18th to the 19th century, transformed rural Britain by consolidating common lands into individual ownership, which contributed to the agricultural revolution and the onset of industrialisation. Question 48. How did the Glorious Revolution of 1688 change the British monarchy? A. It established the monarchy as the supreme power in England. B. It led to the establishment of the Church of England. C. It resulted in the overthrow of King James II and established a constitutional monarchy. D. It marked the beginning of England's colonial expansion. Answer. C. It resulted in the overthrow of King James II and established a constitutional monarchy. The Glorious Revolution led to the deposition of James II in favour of William III and Mary II, significantly limiting the powers of the monarchy and laying the groundwork for a constitutional monarchy. Question 49. What are the key components of the British welfare state established post-World War II? A. The establishment of the Bank of England and the stock market. B. The creation of the National Health Service, state education and social security systems. C. The expansion of the British Empire. D. Privatisation of state-owned industries. Answer. B. The creation of the National Health Service, state education and social security systems. The British welfare state, established after World War II, is characterised by the creation of the National Health Service, NHS, comprehensive state education, and a range of social security benefits to provide support from cradle to grave. Question 50. Detail the origins and outcomes of the Falklands War. A. A conflict between the UK and France over territories in the South Atlantic. B. A naval battle between the UK and the Spanish Armada. C. A 1982 conflict between the UK and Argentina over the Falkland Islands, resulting in a British victory. D. A dispute between the UK and the United States over naval supremacy. Answer. C. A 1982 conflict between the UK and Argentina over the Falkland Islands, resulting in a British victory. The Falklands War was triggered by Argentina's invasion of the Falkland Islands, a British overseas territory, leading to a conflict that resulted in a British victory and reaffirmed UK sovereignty over the islands. Question 51. Who was the first person to circumnavigate the globe under the British flag, and what was the significance? A. James Cook. B. Francis Drake. C. Henry Hudson. D. Walter Raleigh. Answer. B. Francis Drake. Sir Francis Drake was the first person to complete a circumnavigation of the globe under the British flag between 1577 and 1580, which was significant for establishing English naval supremacy and contributing to the wealth and power of Elizabethan England. Question 52. What role did Britain play in the creation of the United Nations? A. Britain opposed the creation of the United Nations. B. Britain was a minor participant in the United Nations formation. C. Britain, as one of the Allied powers, played a leading role in founding the United Nations in 1945. D. Britain joined the United Nations only after its establishment. Answer: C. Britain, as one of the Allied powers, played a leading role in founding the United Nations in 1945. The UK was instrumental in the establishment of the UN, aiming for international cooperation and peace following World War II. Question 53. Discuss the significance of the Magna Carta in the development of democratic principles. A. It was the first document to establish the UK as a parliamentary democracy. B. It introduced the concept of universal suffrage. C. It limited the powers of the king and laid the foundation for the rule of law and rights of individuals. D. It was primarily a financial agreement between the monarchy and the nobility. Answer: C. It limited the powers of the king and laid the foundation for the rule of law and rights of individuals. The Magna Carta, signed in 1215, is significant for being one of the first documents to challenge the authority of the monarch, introducing principles that would become fundamental to democratic governance. Question 54. What factors led to the formation of the United Kingdom in 1801? A. The signing of the Treaty of Versailles. B. The unification of England and Wales with Scotland and Ireland under a single government. C. The defeat of Napoleon at Waterloo. D. The discovery of the New World. Answer: B. The unification of England and Wales with Scotland and Ireland under a single government. The Acts of Union 1800 led to the formation of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland, by uniting the kingdoms of Great Britain and Ireland into a single political entity. Question 55. Describe the role of the British judicial system in ensuring justice and liberty. A. It serves as the legislative body of the UK, creating laws. B. It interprets and applies the law, ensuring the rule of law and protecting individual rights and liberties. C. It elects the Prime Minister and members of Parliament. D. It is responsible for the defence of the UK. Answer: B. It interprets and applies the law, ensuring the rule of law and protecting individual rights and liberties. The British judicial system plays a critical role in interpreting and applying laws, ensuring justice is served and individual liberties are protected within the framework of the rule of law. Question 56. What are the cultural symbols of the UK and what do they represent? A. The Eiffel Tower and croissants, representing Anglo-French relations. B. The red double-decker bus, the Union Jack and the Crown Jewels, representing British heritage and identity. C. The bald eagle and the Star-Spangled Banner, symbolizing the UK's influence on global democracy. D. The Kremlin and Matryoshka dolls, reflecting the UK's historical ties with Russia. Answer: B. The red double-decker bus, the Union Jack and the Crown Jewels, representing British heritage and identity. These symbols are iconic representations of the UK, embodying its history, culture, and national identity. Question 57. How has immigration shaped modern British society? A. By decreasing the diversity of the UK's population. B. By contributing to the UK's economic decline. C. By enriching the cultural, economic, and social fabric of the UK. P. By leading to the isolation of the UK from global affairs. Answer: C. By enriching the cultural, economic, and social fabric of the UK. Immigration has played a significant role in shaping modern British society by introducing diverse cultures, enhancing the workforce, and contributing to the country's vibrancy and dynamism. Question 58. What was the significance of the decolonization process for the British Empire? A. It expanded the British Empire's territories. B. It marked the transition from an empire to a commonwealth of nations, leading to increased independence for former colonies. C. It led to the establishment of the United Nations. D. It resulted in the UK joining the European Union. Answer: B. It marked the transition from an empire to a commonwealth of nations, leading to increased independence for former colonies. The decolonization process was significant for the transformation of the British Empire, as it led to the independence of many countries and the evolution of the Commonwealth, which fostered cooperation among former British colonies and the UK. Question 59. Discuss the economic and social impact of the Thatcher era on the UK. A. It led to the UK abandoning industrialisation. B. It marked a period of significant economic reform, deregulation and privatisation, with lasting impacts on UK society and economy. C. It resulted in the UK joining the European Economic Community. D. It was characterised by the nationalisation of major industries. Answer: B. It marked a period of significant economic reform, deregulation and privatisation, with lasting impacts on UK society and economy. The Thatcher era is noted for its economic policies that transformed the British economy, promoting free market principles, which had profound social and economic consequences. Question 60. What are the key challenges faced by the UK in the 21st century? A. Navigating the post-Brexit relationship with the European Union and addressing climate change. B. Re-establishing the British Empire. C. Transitioning back to a feudal society. D. Dissolving the United Kingdom and returning power to individual countries. Answer: A. Navigating the post-Brexit relationship with the European Union and addressing climate change. Among the key challenges for the UK in the 21st century are managing its relationship with the EU following Brexit and addressing the global challenge of climate change, alongside issues like economic inequality and national security. Question 61. Explain the significance of the special relationship between the UK and the USA. A. It refers to the historical rivalry between the two nations. B. It's based on the UK's financial dependence on the USA. C. It denotes the strong, long-standing political, cultural, and military alliance between the two countries. P. It signifies the UK's role as a state within the United States. Answer: C. It denotes the strong, long-standing political, cultural, and military alliance between the two countries. The special relationship is a term used to describe the close partnership between the UK and the USA, highlighting their shared values, historical ties, and cooperative efforts on the global stage. Question 62. Detail the contributions of British scientists to global knowledge. A. Inventing the Internet and social media platforms. B. Discoveries in physics by Isaac Newton, contributions to computer science by Alan Turing, and the discovery of DNA's structure by Francis Crick and James Watson. C. The development of the first automobiles and airplanes. D. Innovations in ancient architecture and the construction of the first skyscrapers. Answer: B. Discoveries in physics by Isaac Newton, contributions to computer science by Alan Turing, and the discovery of DNA's structure by Francis Crick and James Watson. British scientists have made significant contributions across various fields, notably Isaac Newton in physics, Alan Turing in computer science, and the partnership of Francis Crick with James Watson. Though Watson was American, their work was conducted in the UK, in biology. Question 63. What is the significance of the Stonehenge site in British history? A. It was the site of the signing of the Magna Carta. B. It served as a fortress during the Roman invasion of Britain. C. It is a prehistoric monument believed to have been used for ceremonial or religious purposes. D. It was the residence of the first British monarch. Answer. C. It is a prehistoric monument believed to have been used for ceremonial or religious purposes. Stonehenge is one of the most famous prehistoric monuments in the world, notable for its construction by a culture that left no written records, leading to significant speculation and study about its origins and purpose. Question 64. How does the UK contribute to international aid and development? A. By focusing solely on domestic issues and not participating in international aid. B. Through a policy of non-intervention in global conflicts. C. By providing financial aid, technical assistance, and support for disaster relief through agencies like the Department for International Development, DFID. D. By exporting cultural products to raise funds for international aid. Answer. C. By providing financial aid, technical assistance, and support for disaster relief through agencies like the Department for International Development, DFID. The UK plays a significant role in international aid and development, contributing resources and expertise to support global humanitarian efforts and development projects. Question 65. Discuss the cultural impact of the British music scene in the 20th century. A. It led to the decline of classical music. B. British music had little influence outside of Europe. C. Acts like the Beatles and the Rolling Stones shaped global music trends and popular culture. D. It was primarily focused on the development of opera. Answer. C. Acts like the Beatles and the Rolling Stones shaped global music trends and popular culture. The British music scene, particularly during the 1960s with the emergence of bands like the Beatles and the Rolling Stones, had a profound impact on global music, influencing genres, fashion, and cultural attitudes worldwide. Question 66. What were the main reasons for the UK's involvement in the Gulf Wars? A. To support independence movements in the Middle East. B. To explore archaeological sites in the Gulf region. C. As part of international coalitions to liberate Kuwait and later to address the threat posed by Iraq's weapons of mass destruction. D. To establish colonies in the Middle East. Answer. C. As part of international coalitions to liberate Kuwait and later to address the threat posed by Iraq's weapons of mass destruction. The UK's involvement in the Gulf Wars was as part of international efforts, first in the 1991 Gulf War to liberate Kuwait from Iraqi occupation, and later in the 2003 invasion of Iraq, which was justified by concerns over weapons of mass destruction. Question 67. How has the concept of British identity evolved over time? A. It has remained unchanged since the medieval period. B. It shifted from a regional to a global identity as the British Empire expanded. C. It has become less inclusive in the modern era. D. It is defined solely by adherence to the monarchy. Answer. B. It shifted from a regional to a global identity as the British Empire expanded. British identity has evolved significantly, influenced by factors like the expansion and subsequent decline of the British Empire, immigration, and the devolution of power to Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland, reflecting a more pluralistic and inclusive society. Question 68. What are the main political parties in the UK, and what do they represent? A. The Conservative Party, Labour Party, Liberal Democrats, and the Green Party, representing a range of political ideologies from conservative to liberal to environmentalist. B. Only the Conservative Party and the Labour Party, representing the monarchy and the church, respectively. C. Multiple parties based on the various regions and countries of the UK, with no national parties. D. A single party system, representing the unified interests of the UK. Answer: A. The Conservative Party, Labour Party, Liberal Democrats, and the Green Party, representing a range of political ideologies from conservative to liberal to environmentalist. These parties reflect the broad spectrum of political views in the UK, from right-wing to left-wing ideologies, and include specific focuses such as environmentalism. Question 69. Describe the significance of the Chartist movement in British history. A. It was a culinary movement that introduced tea as the national beverage. B. It was a 19th century movement advocating for the expansion of voting rights to all men, leading to significant electoral reforms. C. It focused on the restoration of the monarchy in the 18th century. D. It was a military campaign to reclaim lost territories in France. Answer: B. It was a 19th century movement advocating for the expansion of voting rights to all men, leading to significant electoral reforms. The Chartist movement was crucial in the fight for democratic reforms in the UK, including demands for universal male suffrage and the secret ballot, influencing future electoral reforms. Question 70. What impact did the Roman occupation have on ancient Britain? A. It introduced parliamentary democracy to Britain. B. The Romans' arrival had little to no impact on Britain. C. It led to significant infrastructural, legal, and cultural developments in Britain. D. It isolated Britain from the rest of Europe. Answer: C. It led to significant infrastructural, legal, and cultural developments in Britain. The Roman occupation of Britain brought about profound changes, including the construction of roads, towns, and baths, and the introduction of Roman law and culture, laying the foundation for much of Britain's subsequent development. Question 71. How is the UK addressing climate change and environmental issues? A. By withdrawing from international environmental agreements. B. Through significant investments in renewable energy, legislation to reduce carbon emissions, and hosting global summits like COP26. C. By focusing exclusively on nuclear power as the sole source of clean energy. D. Ignoring climate change and prioritizing industrial expansion. Answer: B. Through significant investments in renewable energy, legislation to reduce carbon emissions, and hosting global summits like COP26. The UK is actively addressing climate change and environmental issues through a multifaceted approach that includes transitioning to renewable energy sources, setting ambitious carbon reduction targets, and playing a leading role in international climate negotiations. Question 72. What legal rights do workers have in the UK? A. Workers have no rights or protections under UK law. B. Rights to a minimum wage, safe working conditions, and protection against discrimination and unfair dismissal. C. The right to work unlimited hours without rest. D. Legal rights limited to those employed in the public sector. Answer: B. Rights to a minimum wage, safe working conditions, and protection against discrimination and unfair dismissal. UK workers are entitled to a range of legal rights aimed at ensuring fair treatment, safety, and equality in the workplace, including statutory rights to leave, rest breaks, and protection from discrimination. Question 73. Discuss the evolution of the British media and its impact on society. A. The British media has remained static and traditional, with no significant changes in recent decades. B. It has evolved from print to digital, playing a crucial role in shaping public opinion, democracy, and culture. C. It is controlled entirely by the government, with no independent outlets. D. The evolution of media in the UK has led to a decrease in public engagement with news. Answer. B. It has evolved from print to digital, playing a crucial role in shaping public opinion, democracy, and culture. The British media landscape has undergone significant transformation, with the advent of digital media expanding the reach and impact of news, entertainment, and social commentary, influencing public discourse and societal values. Question 74. What are the educational requirements for children in the UK? A. Education is optional and left to the discretion of families. B. Full-time education is mandatory for children aged 5 to 18, with options for further education and higher education. C. Children are only required to attend school until age 10. D. Education is exclusively private and fee-based. Answer. B. Full-time education is mandatory for children aged 5 to 18, with options for further education and higher education. The UK mandates full-time education for children from the age of 5 up to 18, offering a combination of public and private schooling options and pathways to further and higher education. Question 75. How does the National Health Service, NHS, function in the UK? A. The NHS is a private healthcare system available only to paying members. B. It is a publicly funded healthcare system providing free medical care to residents at the point of use. C. The NHS offers limited medical services, with most healthcare needs met by private providers. D. Healthcare under the NHS is based on a tiered system where treatment is prioritized by social status. Answer. B. It is a publicly funded healthcare system providing free medical care to residents at the point of use. The National Health Service, NHS, is a cornerstone of healthcare in the UK, funded through taxation, and provides a wide range of healthcare services to residents free at the point of use, from routine screenings and treatments to emergency services. Question 76. What were the key factors leading to the UK's decision to leave the European Union? A. A desire to strengthen ties with the European Union and adopt the euro. B. Concerns over sovereignty, immigration, and the influence of EU laws on UK legislation. C. The UK's preference for a single global government. D. Pressure from other EU countries to exit the Union. Answer. B. Concerns over sovereignty, immigration, and the influence of EU laws on UK legislation. The decision to leave the European Union, known as Brexit, was driven by various factors, including debates over national sovereignty, control over immigration, and the desire for the UK to have greater autonomy in its laws and regulations. Question 77. Detail the significance of the Highland clearances in Scottish history. A. They marked Scotland's transition to an industrialised country. B. The clearances were a series of agricultural improvements. C. They were a period of forced eviction and migration, profoundly affecting Scottish culture and identity. D. This was a peaceful transition of land ownership that benefited all parties. Answer: C. They were a period of forced eviction and migration, profoundly affecting Scottish culture and identity. The Highland clearances took place during the 18th and 19th centuries, resulting in the mass displacement of Highland populations, leading to significant social, cultural, and demographic changes in Scotland. Question 78. What role does the monarchy play in contemporary British culture and politics? A. The monarchy directly governs the country and makes all major political decisions. B. It serves primarily as a symbolic and unifying figure, with no governing power. C. The monarchy is a figurehead for the British military only. D. It plays an active role in daily governmental operations and law enforcement. Answer: B. It serves primarily as a symbolic and unifying figure, with no governing power. In contemporary Britain, the monarchy embodies tradition and national identity, playing a ceremonial role and acting as a figurehead while political power rests with elected officials. Question 79. Discuss the historical significance of the Yorkshire Ripper case on British law enforcement. A. It led to the establishment of the National Health Service. B. The case had little impact on British society or law enforcement practices. C. It prompted significant changes in police procedures and the investigation of serial crimes. D. The case resulted in the abolition of the death penalty in the UK. Answer: C. It prompted significant changes in police procedures and the investigation of serial crimes. The Yorkshire Ripper case highlighted deficiencies in police methods, leading to reforms in how serial crimes were investigated and the adoption of modern forensic techniques. Question 80. What was the impact of the British East India Company on the UK and the world? A. It had a minimal impact, focusing primarily on cultural exchanges. B. It played a key role in the expansion of British trade and empire in Asia, significantly influencing global trade patterns and colonial policies. C. It was primarily a scientific organization with little interest in trade. D. The company's activities were restricted to the UK, with no overseas ventures. Answer: B. It played a key role in the expansion of British trade and empire in Asia, significantly influencing global trade patterns and colonial policies. The British East India Company was instrumental in establishing British dominance in India and other parts of Asia, laying the groundwork for the British Empire and affecting global history through its trade and colonial practices. Question 81. How did the Great Fire of London affect the city's development? A. It led to a decline in London's population and importance. B. The fire had minimal impact, with most of the medieval city remaining intact. C. It resulted in major rebuilding, including the construction of St. Paul's Cathedral and modernized urban planning. D. It caused the permanent abandonment of the City of London area. Answer: C. It resulted in major rebuilding, including the construction of St. Paul's Cathedral and modernized urban planning. The Great Fire of London in 1666 destroyed much of the medieval city, leading to significant rebuilding efforts that shaped the modern layout and architecture of central London. Question 82. What are the main features of British parliamentary democracy? A. A single-party system with a lifetime appointment for representatives. B. Direct election of the Prime Minister by popular vote. C. Sovereignty of Parliament, rule of law, and an independent judiciary. D. The monarchy has absolute power over the legislature. Answer: C. sovereignty of Parliament, rule of law, and an independent judiciary. British parliamentary democracy is characterised by the sovereignty of Parliament, where elected representatives make laws, the principle of the rule of law ensuring fairness and justice, and an independent judiciary to interpret those laws. Question 83. Discuss the significance of the Tolpuddle martyrs in labour history. A. They were the founders of the first trade union in the UK. B. Their transportation to Australia for forming a trade union led to significant public outcry and early labour reform. C. They were responsible for the Great Strike of 1842. D. They invented the steam engine, leading to the Industrial Revolution. Answer. B. Their transportation to Australia for forming a trade union led to significant public outcry and early labour reform. The Tolpuddle martyrs were a group of agricultural labourers transported to Australia in 1834 for swearing oaths as part of their trade union activities, highlighting the struggle for workers' rights and contributing to the growth of the labour movement in the UK. Question 84. What are the traditions associated with the British monarchy's coronations? A. The coronation is a private ceremony without any public or religious significance. B. Traditions include the anointing, the presentation of regalia, and a public procession. C. Coronations are held immediately upon the death of the preceding monarch. D. The Prime Minister conducts the coronation ceremony. Answer. B. Traditions include the anointing, the presentation of regalia, and a public procession. British coronations are steeped in tradition, with ceremonial elements that underscore the monarch's role and the continuity of the monarchy, involving religious ceremonies, the presentation of symbols of power, and participation in public events to celebrate the new sovereign. Question 85. How has British fashion influenced global trends? A. British fashion has remained isolated, with little impact outside the UK. B. It has led the way in haute couture, with a focus on formal wear. C. Designers like Vivienne Westwood and Alexander McQueen have made significant contributions to global fashion, influencing trends and styles. D. British fashion is known primarily for traditional costumes and historical attire. Answer. C. Designers like Vivienne Westwood and Alexander McQueen have made significant contributions to global fashion, influencing trends and styles. British fashion, known for its innovation, creativity, and influence, has played a pivotal role in shaping global fashion trends, from punk to avant-garde and beyond. Question 86. What role did Britain play in the transatlantic slave trade, and how is this history addressed today? A. Britain had a peripheral role and has not addressed its involvement. B. As a major participant, Britain today acknowledges this history through education, commemorative events, and apologies for its role in the slave trade. C. Britain's involvement is celebrated as a period of economic growth. D. The history of the slave trade is legally prohibited from being discussed in the UK. Answer. B. As a major participant, Britain today acknowledges this history through education, commemorative events, and apologies for its role in the slave trade. The UK has taken steps to address its significant involvement in the transatlantic slave trade, recognizing the impact and legacy of this period through various means of public acknowledgement and education. Question 87. Detailed the significance of the Beveridge Report in shaping post-war Britain. A. It outlined a strategy for winning World War II. B. The report proposed the creation of the welfare state, including the establishment of the National Health Service and social insurance. C. It recommended the privatization of all state-owned industries. D. The report focused exclusively on reforming the education system. Answer B. The report proposed the creation of the welfare state, including the establishment of the National Health Service and social insurance. The Beveridge Report, published in 1942, laid the groundwork for the modern British welfare state by proposing comprehensive social insurance and public health measures, leading to significant social reforms in the post-war period. Question 88. What challenges does the UK face regarding national security and terrorism? A. The UK has no national security concerns. B. Challenges include cyber attacks, domestic and international terrorism, and espionage. C. National security is solely focused on maintaining the monarchy's safety. D. Terrorism is not considered a threat in the UK. Answer B. Challenges include cyber attacks, domestic and international terrorism, and espionage. The UK faces various national security challenges, including the threat of terrorism, both from domestic and international sources, cybersecurity threats, and espionage, requiring comprehensive security measures and international cooperation. Question 89. How do British festivals and holidays reflect the country's culture and history? A. They are exclusively religious and not celebrated widely. B. Festivals and holidays such as Christmas, Guy Fawkes Night, and Remembrance Day reflect the UK's cultural heritage, historical events, and traditions. C. British festivals are mainly adopted from other cultures and have no historical significance. D. There are no public holidays or festivals celebrated in the UK. Answer B. Festivals and holidays such as Christmas, Guy Fawkes Night, and Remembrance Day reflect the UK's cultural heritage, historical events, and traditions. These occasions are integral to British culture, offering insights into the country's history, values, and societal norms, and are celebrated by people across the UK. Question 90. Discuss the impact of digital technology on the UK economy and society. A. Digital technology has had minimal impact on the UK. B. It has led to the decline of all traditional industries and unemployment. C. Digital technology has transformed the economy, creating new industries, enhancing efficiency, and changing social interactions. D. The UK has rejected digital technology in favour of traditional methods. Answer C. Digital technology has transformed the economy, creating new industries, enhancing efficiency, and changing social interactions. The advent of digital technology has had a profound impact on the UK, driving economic growth, influencing the job market, and reshaping how society communicates, accesses information, and conducts business.